Welcome to our RFP Money Story podcast, a space for sharing real money stories and where we dive into real conversations about finance, success, and the lessons learned along the way. So, what we have here is a unit manager, Miss Quennie Lynn Balidoy. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Gab.
Hello. Okay, so before we proceed, I wanted to talk more about your personal money journey. So about your financial mindset. So basically, before we start, what's your first memory of money and how did it shape your financial mindset?
Me actually, I came from a parang lower middle class family. So money is really a struggle. And my parents really work hard for money. So to make ends meet, sometimes they file loans. So for me, lumaki ako na parang, ay, ang hirap naman bilhin yung mga gusto mong bilhin. So it instilled in me to really study hard. That's why, yan, we get scholarships para lang magkaroon ng good schooling. Kaya nga, nag-aral ako mabuti. And, kala ko yun, money talaga, makukuha mo pag malaki yung sweldo mo. Yun yung na instill sa akin na concept about money. Pag hindi ka nag-aaral ng mabuti, hindi maganda career mo, so hindi ka makakabili ng gusto mo. Kaya nga ako ay sumikap ako, naging valedictorian ako ng high school to get the scholarship.
Wow.
Tapos pumasa ako ng UP Diliman. Ayun. Sabi ng nanay ko kasi commerce graduates. Huwag ka mag-commerce, huwag ka mag-accountant, ganito ka, mag-engineering ka, dun daw may pera. So, yun, sinunod ko. So, I'm a graduate of metallurgical engineering from UP Diliman, from one of the best schools, engineering schools in the country. So, really studied. I even have a master's degree. So, talaga nag-aral ako. And then there, I met my husband, who's also a lower middle class family din, na struggling din with money. So, nagpakasal kami, then nagtrabaho kami maigi. Yes, medyo nag-improve yung buhay. Pero, along the way, bakit kaya bigla kaming nalubog sa utang with huge credit card debts? And then I realized, oops, hindi pala enough na may sweldo ka. So, may sweldo ka kahit paano above average. Hindi pala yun ang sikreto sa pagyaman. Kaya nga, it came to a point na sabi ko, ay sige, intindihin ko nga paano talaga lumago yung pera. So, yun yung concept ng money sa akin. Parang, it's very elusive. So, paano kaya yumaman, no? Paano ko kaya mamamanage yung money so that I can get my goal? So, kaya ngayon, naghanap ako ng mga mentors to guide me. Kasi hindi ako makarely sa parents ko noon for that mentorship kasi nga hirap kami sa buhay. So, yun. Kaya nga siguro napunta ako sa RFP and dun sa aking na-attract ako sa financial advisory because I really want to learn how money really works. Kasi kahit na engineering kami, hindi naman tinuturo masyado sa amin yung personal finance eh.
Yes.
Ang tinuturo na sa amin, paano isolve tong issue na to, tapos susweldohan ka. And then after mo sweldohan, how to manage it, we don't know. So yun, kaya siguro na-attract ako sa financial advisory and then yun, I want to learn more kaya pumunta ako, na-attract ako sa RFP.
Okay, so ever since now you got married, had kids, and then graduated, joined the corporate world. So ever since you mentioned that you came from lower middle class family. So growing up, ano yung financial learnings na sana tinuro sa'yo before ka makapasok sa adulting?
Actually, madami. Pero focus ko lang in the interest of time. Acronym RFP. Di ba? RFP. Pinag-isipan ko to So, R refers to risk versus return. Before, akala ko, basta invest ka lang. Punta maganda tong stocks na to, SM, Ayala. Sige, invest ka lang. Ganun lang. That I was taught. Pero hindi pala kailangan mo din pala i-consider yung volatility ng market. Kailangan ko din pala i-consider yung risk. Tapos, dapat pala mag-match yung time horizon ng goals ko dun sa volatility ng investment. So, hindi ko yun dati naiintindihan. So, marami akong mga wrong investments na nagawa. Pero buti nga, along the way, I was able to learn that. So, sana natutunan ko yon na hindi pwedeng yung investment mo lahat nasa aggressive. Hindi pala lahat ng investments mo nasa conservative. So, it really depends on what's your goal. And then, dun sa goal mo, i-match mo yung corresponding risk and return. So, yan, R. risk versus return. Dapat sana, kahit man lang isang concept sa subject namin sa engineering, naturo yun, no? Risk versus return. So siguro meron kaming, I remember the closest is engineering economy, pero parang computations based lang kasi talaga ang sinasabi sa amin, pero the concept, hindi talaga siya masyadong natutunan eh. So, F stands for formula. So later on, I also realized, iba pala talaga yung formula na ginagamit ng mahirap and iba yung formula na ginagamit ng mayaman. Diba? If you I first heard of this from Bo Sanchez kasi I'm a member, isa siya sa naging online mentor ko, si Bo Sanchez, because yung nga, nung nagkaroon kami ng huge credit card debts. So, nakita ko yung club niya, Truly Rich Club. So doon ko na unang natutunan yung parang wealthy mindset. Yan. So 'di ba in the wealthy mindset or the wealth formula, wealthy formula ng mga mayayaman. 'Di ba what they had is you have your income minus agad the savings and investments. And then, saka ka na magkaroon ng expenses mo. Doon mo na iba-budget. Diba? Ideally, nasa 20 to 30% dapat. You deduct immediately from your net income. Huwag na natin isama yung tax. So, 20 to 30% from your net income. And then, saka na yung 70% na lang most your expenses. Hindi kasi ganun yung formula namin. Poverty formula ang meron kami. So, income minus agad expenses. Syempre, wala nang natira, di ba? Madalas walang natitira. So, sana natutunan ko na yon matagal na. Kasi if I've been doing that since nagtatrabaho ako, ang laki na siguro ng naipon, di ba? Kasi imagine 20 to 30% of what I'm earning was saving and investing. So, sana natutunan ko yun ng mas maaga. And then P stands for positive cash flow. Doon, syempre, as a life planner, financial advisor, and syempre someone who's the finance officer of our home, wala ka kasing magawa pag hindi positive yung cash flow. Di ba? I mean, yes, that's the poverty formula versus the wealthy formula.
Yeah.
Hindi ka naman makasave and invest if your cash flow is not positive. So every individual who wants to meet their financial goals should have a positive cash flow. Kasi dun mo kukunin yung for your goals eh. Dapat it's more, what you're earning should always be greater. Since siguro 30 to 20% greater than your expenses para you meet your goals. So yun dapat. So actually, I have a book nung pandemic kasi mahilig talaga ako mag-aral. Actually, hindi ako pumunta sa corporate, napadpad ako sa academe. So when I went to Baguio, ayan, my husband kasi currently an engineer there. Doon ako naging math professor ako at saka engineering professor. Doon sa Baguio. So yun yung dapat sana na ituro ko at naituro sa akin na dapat laging may positive cash flow. Kasi dati nagturo din ako ng mathematics of investment pero puro calculations lang talaga. Hindi na instill na dapat pala laging mas you live below your means para positive yung cash flow. Kung kunwari sagad na dito ko nang lalaman o di mag side hustle ka para mas positive yung cash flow mo kung hindi na kayang i-minimize yung budget. So, yun I think yung top 3 na sana nalaman ko. Siguro I'll better off now financially.
Pero right now ba, we're able to apply that RFP?
Yes.
Okay, so from that perspective, ano yung turning point at the same time, yung downfall mo financially, and how did it shape your financial mindset right now?
Okay. Yun nga, kasi my husband is working in Baguio. Actually, up until now, he's working as a manager, engineer in a semiconductor company there. I used to work as a professor, mathematics engineer professor. So, above average yung kinikita namin. Kasi hindi naman ganun kamahal yung cost of living sa Baguio compared here in Manila. Pero nagtaka ako, bakit ganun? Parang lupog tayo sa credit card debts. Yon. So, kasi nga, medyo hindi nga kami financially savvy, namulat kami na kailangan, to get something, kailangan mag-loan. So, syempre, bigla kaming nabigyan ng credit card. Uy, may sale! Swipe. Yan. Until such a time, sabi ko, bakit ganon? Parang we're paying a certain amount. Let's say, during that time, parang 6,000, I remember, if I remember correctly, 6,000 a month interest lang ng credit card, di ba? Sabi ko, what? 6,000 a month interest lang? So sabi ko, bakit ganun? Parang it's not right, di ba? Parang karamihan ng, yung ibang pera namin, pupunta sa interest sa credit card. So, yan, buti nga I'm a member of the Truly Rich Club and I realized na hindi pala dapat ganon. So, ang ginawa ko, naghanap ako ng mahihiraman na would give me lesser than what the interest dun sa credit card. Binayaran ko yung loan. Tapos nung bonus namin, kasi employee pa kami noon, hindi kami masyado naghanda sa nung Pasko, lahat na, binayaran ko yung utang to terminate the loan. And then from then on, sabi ko may mali sa ginagawa namin. So, yun, nakikinig na ako ng mga videos sa Truly Rich Club. Tapos na may someone invited me to financial advisory. Tapos from there on, syempre dami naming learnings. Yan, naghanap ako ng other parang avenues na I could learn more. Kaya na-lead rin ako dito sa RFP.
Okay, so do you consider yourself as a saver, spender, or investor?
Now, I'm an investor. I'm always on a lookout. Kasi syempre, a lookout for for investing. Kasi ngayon, I'm actually 49. I'll be turning 50 and my husband will be retiring in 5 years as well. I'm computing. Actually, isa sa mga, after my RFP defense, tiningnan ko yung namin, yung finances namin. Tapos sabi ko, kaya mo na bang he was about 52 when I defended my RFP. Tapos he was thinking of retiring at age 55. Tapos nag-compute ako, hindi pa kaya. Hindi pa kaya. Kasi based dito sa natutunan ko sa RFP, hindi pa kaya. So, I think you have to extend pa. So, yun. Hindi kami muna, hindi, yun, totoo, nakatulong yung RFP na hindi ko pala talaga dapat. Tinitingnan ko yung goals, tapos dapat realistic ka sa cash flow na pumapasok. And bago ka mag-decide to retire early. Kasi, now, syempre, natutunan ko na dapat mas maganda, mas malaki yung income, retirement fund. Okay lang na sobra ang retirement fund
Yeah.
kaysa kulang. Kaysa naman at age 60, ay, kailangan ko palang magtrabaho, wala na ko bukuha sa'yo. So, yun. So, ang laking tulong ng RFP because of that. Kasi nga, dun pa lang sabi ko, ROI ko na yung may return of investment na ako dun sa na-shell out ko na time and money kasi was able to apply it. And good thing, since nakikwento ko sa'yo kanina, yung panganay ko is already working as an engineer. Ganun din, he graduated from a good school, pero hindi rin sila masyado pang maalam sa finance. Pero good thing, ako, RFP na ako, tas financial advisor ako, nag-guide ko siya. So now, portion talaga ng kinikita niya goes to the insurance, to investments. Kasi sabi ko, wag ka gumaya sa amin na wala kaming ipon. Sayang, 'di ba? Kung 25, 24, may ipon na kami. 'Di ba? Dami na naming goals na fast track. Eh ngayon, hindi pa naghahabol pa kami mag-asawa eh. Kasi nga, ang dami namin bad financial decisions that we made in the future. Inaando namin. Pero yun nga, good thing is natutunan namin before we retire. Before we retired. Kasi there are really instances or stories that I've heard from friends na parang retired na sila, nagsisisi sila, wala na silang magawa. Yan, kaya buti nga na hindi pa kami retired, we can do something about it pa.
Okay. So before that mindset, I mean, ever since you joined RFP, I assume that you've met a lot of people, you've been exposed to financial field. So since from engineering to finance, parang big transition siya for you. What's the best financial advice that you get from a stranger or RFP or
Actually,
from
it started with RFP kasi um, importance of setting goals. Yan. And then, kasi dapat clear yung goals mo. So, pag clear yung goals mo, yan, maghanap ka na ng mga strategies or the process on how we will meet that goal. That's the best advice. Actually, recently, I was listening to Ramit Sethi, if you know him, di ba? Yung author ng how I Will Teach You How to Be Rich. Sa Netflix din siya. it's consistent. Tama siya. Sabi niya kasi walang sure formula for being wealthy. Pero you define your idea of wealthy. Yun siya, you define your idea of wealthy. Totoo naman, hindi, kung ito yung idea mo ng wealthy, ang dami mong luxury bags, and that's your idea of wealthy, di walang pakialaman ng goals. So, dapat clear ano yung gusto mo ma-achieve. 'Di ba? So, if your idea of wealthy is your travel with your family, that's your idea of wealthy. If your idea of wealthy is purchasing a big house, that's your idea of wealthy. So, you have to be clear with what you want with your money and then plan accordingly how to you get that or achieve that.
All right. So, right now, since you mentioned earlier na isa kang finance officer at home, how do you approach budgeting and financial planning? Are you like meticulous or just go with the flow?
Expected na since engineering ako, meticuloso ako, pero I'm not. I'm in the middle. Actually, we have a working budget. And then, with the working budget, titingnan ko kasi minsan may mga opportunities that come, di ba? So, kunwari, case in point, meron kaming, we're working towards our retirement. Biglang nakita ko, may opportunity to to buy a rental income. So, I checked my budget. Tapos sabi ko, maganda yata to kasi it could generate income for us. So, yun. We adjust accordingly. So, now, for example, we're still paying the mortgage dun sa rental income. But, my mom's kasi in the US and she's about 76 na this year. Sabi ko, my mom's not getting younger. We haven't been there in the US as a family. We haven't celebrated with her in Christmas. Sabi ko, baka kailangan nating mag-allot ng budget for that. So, ganun ako. We have a working budget, but if there are opportunities na hindi mo basta-basta mapapas, yung magpapas ka, hindi, baka it will not come again, that opportunity, we grab it. Kasi for me, I value time muna, more than money. So, yung time spent with family, yon, I value that more than the money itself. Kasi yung time lost, I cannot retrieve eh. But, of course, the money, I can always I can always earn. So, pag may mga opportunities na ganyan, which can travel as a family, we have this particular opportunity that hindi na yan mauulit, I adjust. Titingnan ko yung budget, and we adjust accordingly.
Do you have this kind of budget allocation like emergency, travel, health, funds?
Yes.
How do you manage the rest of them?
Syempre, because we, di ba, studied in RFP, dapat 3 to 6 times yung monthly expense for emergency fund. So, in our case, since medyo stable naman si husband sa work, three times lang of our monthly expense. And then, we are heavy in insurance, ganyan, premiums. So, automatic deduction yon. Ganun siya. So, meron, I have a cash flow. Yung tinuro sa amin sa cash flow table. So, ito yung income namin. Ito yung projected na monthly expenses namin. So, makikita ko may savings. So, dapat dun lang ako maglalaro. Kunwari, may mga purchases, i-evaluate ko yan. Ano yung pwede ko bawasan dito? Yun. So, ganun. That's how we evaluate our finances.
Okay. Also, you mentioned a while ago na you had bad investment or wrong investments, if I'm correct. Have you ever made that kind of investment na hindi nag-work, and paano siya hindi nag-work, and how did you recover from it?
Actually, yung house nga namin, parang feeling ko it's not really a good investment eh. Kasi mura namin nabili, it's a foreclosed property, pero hindi maganda yung area. Where is it? Kasi it's from Bago, it's in Itogon. And recently, we have a land grabbing issue there. So sabi ko, mali tong investment na to. Pero anyway, in terms of, pwede ko naman na siyang ibenta eventually, and ongoing naman yung case. Parang nabili namin ng 600 pesos lang kasi yan before, titled. And now it's about 5,000 to 6,000. Sabi ko, sige, okay lang. okay lang naman. Hindi pa naman nag-grab. Ongoing naman yung case. Pero sabi ko, sana pala, when buying estate property, we have to really check. May title naman eh, legit naman yung title, pero uso pala sa probinsya yon, yung mga land grabbing, tas ancestral claims. So, dapat mas vigilant pala kami doon. And then, sa real estate, I also learned na crucial talaga yung location. Hindi porket mura yan, pero ang liblib naman ng lugar, tas hindi develop, wala eh. Mas maganda nag-invest ka na lang sana sa medyo mahal, pero ang daling i-resell. So yun, that's one thing I learned about real estate investments. Ang isa pang hindi magandang investment was sa stocks eh. Kasi nga, I'm buying stocks before because member ako ng Truly Rich Club ni Brother Bo Sanchez, but I was so busy there as a faculty, pinapabayaan ko lang. And it reached a certain maximum amount to 2018 na pinapabenta na sa amin. Kasi sasabihin sa Truly Rich Club ni Bo kung kailan mo bebenta, pinapabenta, hindi ko nabenta. So, syempre hanggang ngayon, 30 to 40% na yung loss ko. Actually, ang dami kong stock. Kasi I invest sa COL Financial Direct Stocks Investments. May negative 30 na yata ako iba doon. So, good thing lang. Syempre, hindi naman lahat ng pera ko nasa stocks. Kaya okay lang din. Pero yun nga, sayang, di ba? Sana mas nabantayan ko. Yun pala, pag when you invest in stocks directly, kailangan mo rin bantayan. Hindi pwede matulog lang yung pera dyan. Kasi volatile masyado yung stocks. Kaya when I was presenting dun sa RFP Defense, kasi retirees din yung aking case na clients. Ang sabi sa akin nung na panel, alam mo, better na sabihin mo dun sa client mo, sa mutual funds na lang sila mag-invest kasi at least diversified. Sa kunwari, direct stocks investing ka, paano pag di mo nabantayan, mas risky, di ba? So, tama, may wisdom doon. Na yun, syempre, hindi ko alam noon. But anyway, sabi ko nga, paper loss naman yun. And good thing, naka-invest naman ako sa blue chip companies. And so hopefully, temporary setback lang naman, di ba? Kasi with what's going on with sa world, baka hopefully, makaka-recover. So, it's a good thing also when you invest in stocks or volatile instruments like that, hindi mo dapat kailangan yung money for the next 5 years or 10 years. Otherwise, you will really redeem at a loss.
Okay, so up until now, you're investing in stocks.
Yes, I still
And
do.
then properties.
Yes.
Then part of
May
your...
bonds din ako. Kasi I'm also a certified investment solicitor of BPI.
Okay. So, you mentioned a while ago about risk and return. So, how do you balance that? Kasi parang risk, reward din siya ng parang, may mga, tulad din ng sinabi mo kanina na hindi, tulad ng stocks. Pag hindi nababantayan, may negative na nangyayari.
Diba the rule in investment kasi is, the higher the risk, the higher is the potential return. So, kailangan clear ka. So, kailan mo to kailangan na goal? Ano yung time horizon ng goal mo? So, kung kunwari, short term yan, within the year you need that, wag mo lagay sa stocks. Lagay mo siguro sa money market, time deposit, mga digital banks. So, kung medium term yan, siguro punta ka sa mga bonds, o multi-asset, ganyan. Kasi nga, pwedeng kumita, no? Pero hindi mo pa naman masyadong kailangan. Pero kailangan mo din bantayan. Pag medyo more than 3 years or so na, kailangan tinitingnan mo din yan. Pero kunwari, long-term ang investments, actually, real estate is really long-term. Kasi nga, we recently purchased a rental income, I was computing for the returns versus what we invested. Tagang 10 years ang ROI, more than 10 years ang ROI kapag rental income. Pero, if you buy and sell a property, yun, pwede kang 2 to 3 years pwede. Yung you buy low ng real estate, tapos pag nagtumaas yung market value ng property, you can sell. Pwede, di ba? So, yun, kailangan nakamatch yung goal doon sa proper investment vehicle. Yun, dapat aware ka. Kailan mo to kailangan? Okay, dito mo lagay. Kasi nga, pag yung short-term goals, inilagay mo sa long-term, diba, returns na vehicles, instruments, di baka,
Hindi
hindi,
maganda.
na negative ka. So, kailangan na-understand yon ng mga tao. And that's one thing that I'm also informing my clients. Pag hindi mo naintindihan yung investments, huwag mong papasukin. Kasi, baka mas malamang magsisisi ka. Kaya nga maraming nasa-scam, no, na mga Filipinos. Kasi they just ride on doon sa investment without fully understanding what is it. Kasi pag di mo talaga naintindihan paano kumikita yung company, paano niya mabibigay itong returns na yon, medyo alarming na yon. Dapat every person na would like to invest, he or she has to understand how this company will give us this return. Kasi if malabo, wag kang papasok doon. Kaya actually ako, I know most of the millennials and Gen Z are into Bitcoin, no? Oo.
Actually, yes.
I don't understand eh. Perception kasi si Bitcoin. That's why ako, I don't go there. Kasi I don't understand it. Paano ka kikita? It's based on perception. Wala siyang intrinsic value. But of course, me, I can't understand. So I don't go there. So yun lang ako for our listeners. If you cannot understand, I'm not saying you don't invest in Bitcoin. If you can understand how it works and how the returns will be obtained. Kasi ako, for me, stocks, I know how it, paano siya kung lumalaki, di ba? Kung lumaki yung assets ng company, it could give you more dividends, ganun. And real companies yon. So, kahit volatile ang stocks, I do invest. Kasi I understand. Especially kung blue chip companies na I believe will be there for the next 50 years. Pero for things like for investments like ganon, Bitcoin, I can't understand. I won't not go there. Ganon. Ganon siya. Even the business ganon. If you can't understand how to properly manage your that business, don't go there. Most probably you'll have losses. So it's important when you invest something, you understand the risk involved and how the return will be obtained. Yeah.
Okay, so since you already have that kind of mindset, you invested then to a lot of investments, and then your finance officer at home, you teach your child how to manage their money accordingly or properly. Your current goal right now, what's your money goal that you're currently working on?
For this year, we are purchasing a lot. Yan. Because nga, nangyari, ayoko nakatalaga sana. Kasi dalawa lang naman yung sons ko. So sana dalawang real estate will be enough for me. But we have to purchase that lot. Kasi nga we have wrong investment with the previous
Yeah.
land because we don't have a right of way. So dun kami sa lot dumadaan. So yung lot na yon, pag pinabili ng iba, it's for sale. Pag nabili ng iba, mamumblema kami where to pass. So we have to buy the lot. So we're currently working, anyways, actually, 90% naman na almost done na yon. And then, as I've mentioned, my mom's in the US. She's turning 76. So we, as a family, wanted to go to the US. I know parang it's not a good time. Recession nga daw nga US ngayon. Pero it's not a good time to go. Pero sabi ko, yes, it's recession. But I'm not sure how long will my mom live. So, also time bounded. So, I wanted to really go there with my
To
family.
settle.
No, just for vacation. For
Okay.
Christmas vacation only.
Alright.
Yan, para we can spend the Christmas with her and my stepdad. And actually, ang long-term, medyo 5-year goal namin ni husband is for him to retire. For us, kasi siya nga yung majority of the income. For us to retire comfortably. Yan. So,
What's your ideal age ba for retirement? Or just,
si husband kasi he's 55 now. Dapat nga this year, pero with he's a department manager kasi of a semicon company. So and medyo toxic yung yung work. So sabi niya kung pwede nga lang as soon as possible, pero mukhang based on our computation, hindi pa. Baka 2 years. Or if pag based on computation, hindi pa, baka i-maximum namin yung 60. Ako naman, personally, I'm enjoying naman in my field now kasi it's variable, it's sales, I like talking to people, I like learning. Baka 65. I'm still with this insurance industry. I'm still RFP kasi more on I like educating then. So baka 65. Ayun. Pero kasi 'di ba, sabi rin nila Rex Mendoza, yung mga senior na sa atin, ba't ka mag-retire ka nag-enjoy ka pa?
Totoo.
'Di ba?
Yeah.
Siguro you just shift lang careers, 'di ba? Siguro hindi kunwari in my case, I'm a unit manager. So very ako aggressive ako in recruiting people. So siguro baka pag 60, baka iwanan ko na yung agency management or unit management, 'di ba? Baka hindi ko na kaya. Pero syempre kung kaya pa, why not? 'Di ba? So it really depends on my situation din. Kung I'm still enjoying pa with what I do, I will not retire, 'di ba? Mas maganda nga mas marami income kang or retirement fund at mas marami kang mapamana sa mga anak mo, 'di ba? 'Yon, to build on generational wealth. 'Yon.
Okay, so let's talk about you being an RFP member. How long have you been a member here?
Since 2022. So about 3 years, yeah.
3 years na. So how did you discover RFP and who or what motivated you to join RFP?
Kita ko lang yata sa Facebook. Yan. And then, of course, I follow Rex Mendoza. I came across Marvin Hermo, ganyan. So, nakita ko lang siya. Tapos parang may na-receive rin ako yung email. Tapos naririnig ko rin sa mga kasama ko. Kasi sa AIA, o PhilAmp pa noon, na they undergo ng training na yon, pero I think hindi yata sila nakapag-defense. So, naging interested ako. Sabi ko, ano ba yan? Nag-search ako, website, ganyan. Tapos sabi ko, gusto ko to Gusto ko to. Sabi ko, kasi nandito yung mga big names dun sa financial advisory, sa investments. I want to be mentored by them. Yon. So, ang problema ko lang, I was based in Baguio, tapos face-to-face yung inyong program noon. Eh, alam nga naman, every week bumababa ako, nakakapagod. Di naman medyo, feeling ko hindi ko kakayanin. Tapos biglang nag-pandemic, and then nakita ko you offered a online RFP program. So, I grabbed it. Yun. So, dun ko na, parang naging productive ako ng pandemic kasi mas marami akong natutunan.
Online.
I have enough time. I didn't have to go here to Manila. And then, pati defense namin was also online.
Online.
Oo.
So in a span of 3 years, since you've been a unit manager and at the same time you're stable sa career mo right now, how did you use your platform or how did you influence other people in RFP for financial planning?
Ako ngayon nag-iba when I approach clients na. Yan. So, when normally, kasi syempre, focus lang ako before with their needs, di ba? Protection needs, health needs, ganyan, retirement. Sometimes I go deeper na ano ba yung mga goals mo sa buhay because I'm an RFP. So, I think the client engagement is now better because I know also about estate planning, di ba? Eh, hindi naman masyadong natatakal yun sa amin, di sa life planning. So, yun yung nakatulong doon. I had better client engagement because I know how to really plan their finances. Hindi lang benta ko na sobrang katerbang insurance, for example, because they don't need naman pala that. So, yun, maganda yung platform ng RFP kasi nga, na nagka-clarify ko yung goals. And then, naghahanap na lang ako ng proper instrument or vehicle para ma-meet yung goals nila. So, if I don't think na insurance yung need nila, hindi ko bebentahan ng insurance. Ganon. Ganon siya. I think, hindi sa kanya bagay ang VUL, di pupunta kami sa purely investments. Kahit na mas mababa yung commission ko doon. Yung ganon. So, I think I become a better advisor financially to my clients because I was trained in RFP.
Okay, so how do you communicate with your clients? Like, what do you usually talk about? Or ano yung mga recommendations na nakukuha mo from RFP na nasa-share mo rin sa mga clients?
Kasi may mga clients ako, syempre, on our age, nasa ano kami, retirement age na kami. So, marami rin akong clients our age. They are really planning on retirement na din. So, sinishare ko sa kanila yung living on interest concept. Yeah, of course, not all of them would like that, but least I share that to them. And of course, I'm also sharing mga estate planning. So, hindi na pala alam yung basics ng estate planning. So, yun yung mga clients ko na medyo like me, mga 50s or 40s onwards. I'm sharing that to them. Pero for my younger clients, like yung batch ng anak ko, kasi my son is are only about 24, magte-25 siya this year. Ayan, I educate them about regarding health muna, health insurance particularly kasi I have to educate them na as young as you are, you have to get a health insurance kasi diba, even if you don't have a family history with the current lifestyle that we have, we can really get sick. And yung health insurance is cheaper when you're younger. So sa mga single at saka yung magkakakumpisa, yon we have to talk about health insurance. Of course, naman sa middle, mga millennial, mga may young kids, mga breadwinners, we talk about protection. Yan. So, nasa-segregate ko na yung yung market ko, yung clients ko, depending on their needs. And of course, I have to talk to them muna. Yan, kung ano yung priority nila. Kasi baka, parang iwasan ko yung product pushing. Health insurance pinupush ko, iba pala yung, meron na pala siya sa ibang companies, hindi lang pala ako yung financial advisor niya, yung gano'n. So, mas nagiging meaningful yung conversation kasi nga, I take really time to know what's your goal ba talaga? And how can I help you? So, I don't, more on na ako ngayon the mission over the commission. So, kung saan best mag-benefit yung clients, doon ako. Kahit na minimal yung commission.
Okay, so you share your knowledge to other people. How about at home? Paano nakatulong si RFP sa financial planning niya?
Kasi though bata pa lang yung mga anak ko, we set goals na as a family at the start of the year. So, we don't do New Year's resolution. Instead of New Year's resolution, mga latter part of December or first week of January, we sit as a family, we set goals. Syempre nung mga bata yan, mga academic goals lang yan. Pero ngayon, since my son is 25 and my youngest is 20, I can talk to them about finances na. So yan, meron na silang mga financial goals. So yun na yung mga pwede namin pag-usapan. So, nagpi-financial planning kami individually. So, may financial planning kami ni husband, may financial planning ako dun sa panganay ko. Tapos, yung bunso ko kasi mag-aaral pa mga 20, hindi pa kami masyado. Pero, ini-introduce ka na rin yung concept na ito yung insurance mo, ito yung mga investments mo. Though hindi pa masyado sa kanya kasi nakafocus pa sa academics. Pero once he graduated, ayan na. Kasi tina-turn over na namin yung portfolio sa kanila. Like my son who's currently working, kasi I paid for his insurance premiums. Now that he's working, talagang we mandated that he has to pay for his own premiums na. Ayan, tapos ito may investment ka. So may mga portfolio na he understands. So sabi ko, kasi dapat, madaming platforms, may YouTube, pero minsan kasi with so many financial mentors online, hindi mo alam kung talagang that mentor is suitable for my kid, 'di ba? So sabi ko, di ako na lang kasi I know my kid better. And then from there, he can seek other mentors. Yon. So we do financial planning talaga regularly as a
What are
family.
those financial rules
Ni
sa bahay niyo? Or yung tawag dito yung tina-turn over niyo?
Kasi may maraming insurance yung yung anak ko nakapag-start na kami. So yung premiums, so sabi ko ito yung amount of insurance that you have, ito yung babayaran mo. And I explain bakit namin to kinuha. Yan. Tapos sabi ko, you have your stocks mutual fund siya. Kasi BPI Investment Management, CIS ako. So, may mga mutual funds. Ito yung mutual funds mo. So, ito, you can use for your wedding, for later on, when you have a family. So, inaano ko na siya doon, mina-mindset ko. Actually, yung panganay ko, he wanted sana to buy. Tatanong siya sa akin, Mami, can I invest na kaya sa real estate property? Kasi in Manila in Ortigas actually I advise him, anak, sa ka muna. Kasi you're only 2 years working. and you don't know if you're going to stay with that company for a long time. You don't know if you're going to be based in Ortigas. So baka naman you mag-a-abroad ka. Check mo muna. Mag-paper assets ka muna. Yun. So, ina-inform ko siya, mag-paper assets ka muna. And then, at least, yung paper assets kasi you can bring anywhere kahit mag-abroad ka still that. Pero, eventually, if you want to settle somewhere, you want to have a property there, and then that's the time that you can invest in real estate. Kasi hindi, ang real estate, pag hindi ka stable sa business, sa work mo, sa employment mo, let's say, 2 years, tas after 4 years, you're out of the company and then you find yourself unemployed. So, paano na yung amortization? There. So, yun yung mga conversation na namin with my oldest child, my eldest. Yun sa husband ko, yun, more on retirement talaga. So, kasi in his company, they have stocks options then. So, ini-evaluate namin. For example, the land that we're purchasing, saan namin kikunin, yung pang-purchase ng lot. Kasi nakapark yan sa money market. Kasi we might need the money within the year. So, nakapark yun. So, habang deliberately, inaalis namin sa aming ATMs and then we go to sa money market para hindi namin magalaw. It earns a little interest. So, yun yung mga pinag-usapan na how do we get the funds for the lot purchase, then how do we get the funds for our trips, and then how much retirement fund do we need in 5 years so that we can say we're okay to retire comfortably. Yung sa youngest ko kasi wala pa, very academic pa eh. So, kailangan mo muna niya though he wants to earn na rin. Pero sabi ko, mag-concentrate ka muna. Pero minsan, inuutos-utusan ko siya kasi diba, we have a real estate, rental property. So, yung mga admin work doon, I pass it to him na. Yung mga reporting and all. Para he's aware na rin. Kasi sabi ko nga, itong rental income, if malakas pa ako, kaya pa namin, we continue with it. Pag may napasahan ako, we continue with it. Pero pag tipong ako lang yung nagmamanage, tapos ayaw ng mga anak ko, at hindi na ako malakas, ibibenta ko na. Ganon siya eh. So, importante, may succession planning din. Hindi lang financially, pati yung skill. So, kasi I get to manage my rental income, gives us earnings. Pero it's my skill. Pero kung ayaw ko na gawin, mahina na ako to do that. Kailangan mapasok ko yung skill ko dun sa anak ko. Kasi pag hindi niya nakuha yung skill na yun, why maintain that property?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That rental income, is that for you or for pinag-usapan niya ng husband?
Yeah, pinag-usapan namin ng
How about your own financial rules? Kasi you mentioned a while ago yung financial rules ng son and ng husband mo. How about on your own?
Ako kasi, pag tandem kami with the retirement, kasi nga, ako kasi financial, parang hindi kasi, ang hirap kasi i-separate pagka mag-asawa na. So, kung ano yung retirement goal niya, kasama na ako doon.
Kasama na.
Pero of course, may portfolio ako na sarili. Yan. Hindi naman yata kami maghihiwalay ng asawa ko.
Pag naman saan?
I think hindi. I think hindi. Yan. So, yun, magkasama yung kung retirement is for both of us. Yun, parang ang ginagawa ko kasi, okay, ito yung minimum niya na fund for retirement. But does it mean I will not add on it? Kasi we're 5 years, I'm 5 years younger than my husband. So I plan to work for the next 10 to 15 years pa. So if he retires in 5 years, I can still be working in 10 to 15 years. Sabi ko nga, pag umalis ka na sa corporate world, driver na lang kita kasi I'll go around. Yon. Ang meron talaga akong goal, not really on financially, kasi nga covered na ni husband eh. But, more on educating. Yeah. So, sabi ko nga, siguro pag hindi na kami actively earning and we have our retirement fund, we target our retirement fund, baka more on na kami. I might entertain having my own YouTube channel, my own podcast, my own blog or vlogs for the purpose of informing others. Kasi nga, educator ako by heart eh. So, syempre, pag tumatanda, we don't have strength na, but we have so many learnings, wisdom, yan, to impart. So, maganda rin na matuto din yung younger generations sa amin kaysa they commit the same mistakes that we had nung
Don't you have
bata-bata.
plans to become a professor pero finance field naman?
Yeah, actually, yun nga. Balak ko maging finance educator. Yeah. Kaya nga ako, I agreed to this interview. Kasi sabi ko, I actually have a book. Oh, hindi ko nga dala. Yung, Plan Your Finances. Nandiyan sa ano. Yun. So, kasi gusto kong makakontribute sa financial literacy, improvement of the financial literacy here in the Philippines. Oo. So I get invited also to financial literacy webinars, and kahit free, okay lang sa akin. Kasi, syempre, parang giving back ko na din. Saka kung lahat kasi ng tao is financially literate, di ba? Ang ganda sana ng Pilipinas, no? Ang ganda sana. So, yun yung gusto ko. Sana makakontribute ako dun sa paglago ng financial literacy ng Pilipinas o ng mga Pilipino.
Dun sa mga webinars, since you mentioned na you were invited, what do you usually talk about?
My book kasi is about 6 steps for crisis-proof budget.
As in your own book?
Yes,
Okay.
actually it's there. It's in printed copy. Though it's an e-book. I started it nung pandemic, nung 2020. Kaya di ba wala tayong magawa. Kaya mahilig ako mag-aral. So, 2022, nag-RFP ako. 2020, I became a book author kasi I have a friend who launched his book coaching program. Then, yun, we became authors then under Messengers of Hope. So, but dun sa 6 na pioneering group, 5 silang printed copy, ako e-book lang. Yun. Though my book is available in Amazon for printed copy. So I talk about, 6 steps to crisis-proof your budget. So I talk about the wealthy mindset muna. Yan, tapos positive cash flow. Yan, and then yun, emergency fund, elimination of debt, insurance, investments. Pero more often, napapansin ko nung lalo na yung first launch ko sa webinar, na-overwhelm sila, parang nano-nosebleed sila kasi parang information overload. So what I do now when I'm invited in a webinar or a seminar, I ask them ano ba yung i-zero in natin, ano yung gusto nyo muna. Kung yung audience is really more on mindset lang pala, di hanggang mindset lang muna ako. So, kung insurance gusto na, di insurance lang. Kung investments na, investments lang. So, I have to have some conversation muna with the somebody who invites me. Pero pag sinabi niya, ma'am, ano lang, basics ng financial literacy, I talk about it. Yung steps nga, wealthy mindset, setting goals, yan. Tapos yan, positive cash flow, yan, emergency fund, yan. Hanggang investments.
Okay. So for the benefits of our viewers and listeners, what is the valuable lesson that you can share na you've learned from RFP na you want to teach the viewers and listeners about financial planning?
First and foremost, you have to be clear with what you want. You have to set goals according in alignment to what will make you happy. Sabi nga ni Ramit Sethi, diba? So, what's your idea of rich? What's your idea of being wealthy? Kasi there's a financial planning kanon. Kailangan clear ka muna sa goals mo. That's the first. And then secondly, you have to assess your resources. How much assets do you have? What's your liabilities? How much cash flow do you have? You have to assess that. Kasi if you can't assess that, paano tayo magpuproceed dun sa strategies or process of meeting the goal. Yun. And then after which, ayan, madami ng paraan eh. Depending on your goal. So, kung short term yan, medium term, o long term, there are several vehicles to meeting it. But you have to be clear muna talaga of your goal and be properly guided. So, kunwari, dun ka na sa third step na you want to implement na. You have already set you're clear with your goal. Tapos, you already assess your resources, your asset liabilities, and cash flow. Nandun ka na sa third, diba? How do you get from point A to point B to your goal? It's important that you refer to the proper and registered personnel to help you, financial mentors, who would really lead you to your goal. Kailangan aligned kayo dun sa mentor. Kasi pag hindi din kayo aligned, baka the relationship will not work. Kasi daming scams eh. And so, kaya yung third step, I would like to remind them that you don't invest in a vehicle or instrument that you do not understand. Yan.
Okay, so before we wrap things up, is there anything that you want to promote? Do you want to get a
Sige,
book para ano?
I'll get that.
I'll cut it na lang.
Ayan. So, this is my book. Ayan. Plan Your Finances. Actually, it has a 6 steps to make your budget crisis proof. This is available in Amazon kasi what I have lang is the ebook copy. May forward siya with Brother Bo Sanchez. Yan. Saka pati I was able to get a blurb. Hindi pala forward, blurb by Rex Mendoza. Yan, para siyang textbook material. Yeah, so it starts with positive setting goals. Punta tayo sa table of contents. Ayan. So, punta tayo sa wealthy financial mindset muna. And then, I'll teach you how to set your financial goals. And then, you evaluate your present budget. Tapos, have a positive cash flow. And then, build an emergency fund, protecting yourself, elimination of debt, and then growing your money. And how to create a crisis-proof budget. Ayan. So, if you want to invite me kahit free for a seminar or a webinar, you can reach out to me via RFP.
How about social media accounts? that
Social
people-
media, I have a page, FB page, Queen Bee Financials. And then, my personal FB profile is Quennie Balidoy. Quennie Balidoy. Ayan. This is also my Instagram name. I think I'm also in I'm in LinkedIn. Though hindi kasi ako masyado talagang active in LinkedIn. LinkedIn kasi I just use for recruitment. So if you're interested also to become a life planner, yeah, you can also contact me via LinkedIn. So I can be your unit manager for AIA Philippines.
Okay, so that actually ends up our conversation interview. Thank you so much for accepting. And that's a wrap on today's episode. Thanks for tuning in. If you love diving into money stories as much as we do, make sure to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify, or visit our official website at rfp.ph for more financial insights. Until next time, keep chasing those money moves.